He's already been named the Pro Football Writers Association Rookie of the Year, over 1,100 yards receiving for Samter's New York Jets. Garrett Wilson is here joining us today on behalf of Old Spice Swagger Deodorants and Body Washes, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Congratulations on a great season. That's
Thank
fantastic.
You so much. Appreciate y'all.
Do you want to just talk Ohio State, though? Because I feel like that's where we're talking about Ohio State has become like wide receiver you, and you're a big part of that. Obviously, some of your former teammates, like how much pride do you have in the fact that all of these incredible receivers are having an impact right away in the NFL?
A lot of pride in it. It's something that, it doesn't surprise me. Knowing Coach Hartline, knowing the guys over there, they go about things the right way. And, the best thing about it, I was just telling y'all, is that the young dudes are better than all of us. They're coming in, and every year they get better. So,
tell us who's better than you coming in.
I mean, who that's coming in right now?
Or there.
You got Marvin, Jackson, Mecca.
Unbelievable.
Should Marvin Harrison Jr. just be able to come out and play in the pros right now?
I mean, if that was the case, he'd be all right. Like, I'm confident he would come in and win Rookie of the Year or something.
What confident. Was the room? So Jamison Williams was with you, right? And what was, Olave? How many NFL guys were in the wide receiver room at once during your 3 years at Ohio State?
I mean, we were all in there as freshmen, young dudes, and Chris was a sophomore, and then we had some NFL guys that were older. So if you include that, it was probably about 8.
Can you
probably
name them
about
all?
8
name
of us. KJ Hill, Benjamin Victor, Austin Mack. What that is, 3?
Yeah. You mentioned
me,
Chris. Yeah.
Chris, J-Mo. It was probably 6, actually.
Yeah.
Me, Chris, J-Mo.
And because Marvin got there a little.
Yeah, he got there later.
Yeah.
So it would have been 6. That would have been top 6.
I actually wanted to ask this of Maggie. We were talking about this before. She said no. I wanted you to rank the all-time. Do you realize Odell and Landry were with 5 LSU wide receivers together who were NFL, and Sammy Watkins and Nuke Hopkins and all these guys are at Clemson at once?
Yeah.
I think you could argue Ohio State is still the best.
I know, but I was saying, how about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrace Marshall, they had him in. He's with the Panthers now.
Oh.
It's a great group.
Yeah.
Do you get competitive about who had the best wide receiver groups in college, or you let that go?
So with Elijah being in the locker room, him being one of my best friends, they were at Ole Miss, and he's confident in his room.
That was not bad.
No, they had a great room too, but we just like talking trash, and I let them know that we a little better. They had a good room too, though. That's all.
So speaking of talking trash, I think a lot of people are curious about what your relationship is like with Sauce Gardner, because he's likely going to be defensive Rookie of the Year. The one-on-ones in practice between you guys is what?
I mean, it's fun. We both talk trash. We both got a little personality, and we both love playing. And you can tell when you watch us. We're out there having fun, just talking trash, not talking trash, just talking about ball, talking about anything. It's always fun out there. So, yeah, I mean, with Sauce, we're both super competitive too, though. So if we don't win, we're gonna let each other know, and it makes for a good practice. We always get something out of it.
So you're a rookie, though. Could you talk trash in real games to other teams, or is that something you gotta wait a little bit in the NFL?
I mean, I didn't wait, but I don't know how they feel about it. I didn't wait. I'm a trash talker, and that's just who I am.
Give us an example.
Yeah, who you talking trash to this year?
That's probably not the best idea.
What would you say? Say I'm a cornerback, and I'm going to lock you down one-on-one. What would you say back?
If you say that, I'll probably be like, all right, that's all. Like a little, that's all. That's all. But like when I'm initiating the trash talking, then
Okay.
Then it's bad. But if they're going to say that to me, I'll probably just say something back like, all right, we'll see.
I'll lock you down, Garrett.
I believe that.
I'm the long corner.
If you stay in phase, no one catching that ball over you.
Yeah. It takes me a little while for my hips to turn. So as long as you don't go too deep,
like
I'll
a full
be okay.
business day.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson is joining us on behalf of Old Spice Swagger Deodorants and Body Washes, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. What would you say was the bright spot for you this season?
The Browns game. That was a game where we had no business winning, if we're being honest, and just powering through in Ohio, back in Ohio where I grew up and went to school, and it was just a really cool moment for me, and something I'll tell my kids about when that time comes. So just a really special game overall.
What was the most challenging moment? Because you guys went through injuries, you went through quarterback changes, now you've had some coaching changes. What was most challenging?
Probably when the losing skid got to like 6 or 5. It was tough. We had lost another game, I think to the Lions. And Yeah, it's frustrating. You know, we felt like, you know, we should have been booked a spot to the playoffs by now, and here we are, still in the same, you know, same amount of wins as we were. And you know, just being the competitors that we are and having the love for the game like we do, you know, that's where none of us wanted to be. You know, we wanted to go out there and win and prove the whole, you know, nation wrong. We didn't do that, and we felt like, you know, we left some plays out on the field, and it was really frustrating us. So.
We're talking to New York Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson. So during the losing streak, there was a lot of attention paid to quarterback. How is that for the rest of the offense to know that, you know, there were different guys coming in and there was a lot of reaction, especially to Zach Wilson from fans and the media? Was it tough to deal with the sort of back and forth of that situation?
I won't say it was tough. You know, it was what you made of it. You know, so for me and a lot of the guys in the room, you know, we just want to make sure that we were getting better, and no matter who was catching the ball, we were going to be ready. You know, and that was kind of the mindset. And I mean, the reality of it was, you know, practice weeks were a little different based on, you know, who was out there at quarterback, who was behind center, and you know, we had to adapt. You know, we play receiver. It's not overly complicated. Catch the ball when it's thrown your way, you know. And the receivers that, you know, and the guys that kept that mindset about doing their job, you know, I feel like are the ones you saw stay, you know, successful throughout the whole season.
When you guys went to Idaho before the season started, it was like the receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks. If we had told you during that trip that at some point Zach Wilson was going to get benched during the season, like, what would your reaction been going back to preseason?
I mean, I wouldn't have believed you for sure, you know. And that was a great vacation, by the way. It was like a top five vacation.
The Instagram pictures look pretty.
Yeah, I didn't know Idaho even had that available, honestly. But yeah, you know, I wouldn't have believed you. And you know, the mindset is with Zach, you know, we're still all confident in his ability, and that he's, you know, we've all seen him at practice. He's got all the intangibles, you know. So we'll stand by Zach, you know, and forever. And yeah.
It's funny because after the season, Robert Saleh said he needs to get away from football, right? Like, just take a break and go read a book, I think he said, or go sit on a beach or something like that. And we were talking to a quarterback friend of ours, a former quarterback, Ryan Leaf, who said, do the opposite. Get obsessed with football. Don't get away, get obsessed. If that was you, and say you turned in a performance that you didn't particularly love, would you want to clear your head, or would you dive in double and just get totally obsessed?
You know, everyone's different.
Yeah.
But me personally, I mean, I know how I'd go. I wouldn't. Yeah, I would be trying to fix what I messed up right away. And that, for me, that's putting in reps. You know, putting in reps at what I was messing up at. But yeah, you know, everyone's different. Everyone's got, you know, their own mental space they got to take care of, and that's their priority. And but yeah, you know, that's how I would go about it.
I mean, you must hear a name that has come up with the Jets a lot.
Yeah.
If you got you know, Aaron Rodgers called you up and said, hey, would you like to catch passes from me next year? What would you say to Aaron?
I probably, I don't know, man. I'll probably have a tear of joy come down. I mean, that's one of the greatest players of all time. And for him to even know my name or say he wanted to throw me the ball, I'll probably cry, bro. For real. You know, that's a GOAT.
I think that would be pretty good, actually. Nah. I think Aaron Rodgers throws a nice football. I think he get downfield.
He does.
If you had to pitch him on why he should come to the Jets, say, over the Raiders, what would you say?
The influx of young talent. You know, we got a better team than the Raiders. You know, I don't know who's listening. We got a better team than the Raiders.
Well, we're out in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So
we got
you might get a reaction from that.
No, we got a better team than them, and at the end of the day, I feel like that's all I would. Go look at the rosters, go look at how we played last year, go look at the analytics, and you'll see that we had every piece, you know. So you come in, and we're going to have a chance to do something special is what I'll tell them.
What is it about the Jets roster that's better than other teams? What parts?
We got a top 5 defense in the league.
Yeah.
And, you know, this year, the failures of not making the playoffs and getting to where we wanted to, you know, strictly fell on the offensive side of the ball, and not finishing drives, not finishing the season, not finishing, you know, whatever it was, and to make sure that doesn't happen again, you know, that's what we're going to do. But yeah, you know, the defense is top notch, and the special team is top notch. You know, it's just about playing well, playing good offensive ball, and helping our defense out. You know, so.
Well, offensively, I mean, you still put up incredible production, over 1,100 yards, as I mentioned, with 3 different quarterbacks throwing to you throughout the season, which is really, I imagine, difficult to do. Garrett Wilson from the New York Jets joining us on behalf of Old Spice Swagger, which we can see you're totally swagged out here. Yeah,
you know, I've been blessed to work with Old Spice, you know, throughout this week and throughout my time in the NFL, and for me, it's just about, you know, being out there in front of the bright lights and being under pressure, but not having to worry about how I'm smelling, not having to worry about anything except except for the task at hand, you know. So for me, what helps me get to that point is Old Spice Swagger, and it's a great product, and like I said, I'm really excited to be working with them.
Okay,
So,
wait, sorry.
yeah.
The Mike White obsession that is like throughout New York City, which I'm sure you know. It seems like the team, everyone on your team loves this guy.
Yeah.
What is it about Mike White?
I don't know, man. I love him. It's probably the SoFlo sauce. That's South Florida. He's just got a little. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. He's worldly. That's the best way I can put it. He's worldly. He can talk to anyone. He's very easy to get along with. Very personable dude, and I like him. Hold on.
I have one more Old Spice question, by the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're wearing an Old Spice T-shirt. I have that Old Spice T-shirt. I've
Yeah.
gone through many Super Bowls.
Flex.
You're wearing this red Old Spice hat. Can you get me one?
Yeah.
I hate that. I shouldn't do this on air. I can easily ask you afterwards.
You can get this
but-
off my head. You can get this
No,
off
no,
my
no.
head.
I do not want to.
Oh.
I do not want to. But I wear my Old Spice T-shirt everywhere. Everyone's like, oh, that's such a cool logo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that conversation definitely couldn't happen off the
No,
air.
no, no,
I'm really
no.
glad you did it in the middle of the interview.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We got to make sure that Perloff's taken care of here. Garrett, last one for you. Now, this might end up really coming into your professional life here. I'm sure you saw that Aaron Rodgers was speaking at an astrology webinar yesterday.
I did.
Really big into astrology. So we're going to ask you, what's your astrological sign? Do you know it?
Cancer.
Okay, would you like us to read your horoscope for today?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. For you, the coming days promise a busy social time. You might host a party at your home. You may feel terribly rushed and wonder if you'll be able to get everything done. Don't worry, it will all come out all right.
I mean, that's spot on.
Does that
Wow.
sound like you? Are you
Yeah.
hosting a party soon? Super Bowl party?
I'm not hosting a party, but the social thing, that's spot on. That's impressive.
You're going to like meet some friends or family or something?
I hope so. I hope so. We'll see.
Garrett, thanks so much. Congrats on a good rookie season.
Thank you
Really
so much.
fantastic.